Hey everyone, this is Haru. I want to give you some insights on each command, and so you get a better idea that some of the things that you can take advantage of and how Magistick works, and also just realize you don't have to use every single command that Magistick does is able to do. Everybody has different training styles, but I'm going to kind of cover some things that you can do and implement. Is number one, you can go on the website in the members area where it shows all the commands. There's a command overview. If you do read that, it gives you the more technical side of how Magistick does work or what it's basing it out, its decision on in pulling the trigger. Okay, and again, it's a semi-automatic train tool, meaning that there's a Magistick will pull the trade if you put a certain command in. So again, as a specific manual trader, you always take accountability in your trades and what it's going to do. So if you commanded this to happen, then this is what you can expect Magistick to perform. In order for these things to happen, what we're going to be talking about today is the buystart and sellstart command. So if you refer back to the manual, it actually shows you the implementations of what this command does. And so sellstart is obviously looking for a sell position or a break and close beyond the actual price. Now we have a sellstart 10. The default setting of this command is 5 points of a close, and here we can implement it to be a 10 point or 10 units of close of the candle beyond the actual line or trend line. If we use a 10-20 in the actual description of the line in the command, then what we're looking for is a close of the candle of 10 but less than 20 units, meaning it's going to help filter out big candlesticks. Some traders like that kind of command. Okay, so the buy start and the sell start command is the first command that we're going to be covering. The buy start is just very similar, just the opposite direction. So in this case scenario, we're looking for a breakout or a break of the close of the candle beyond a trend line or support resistance, and default setting is 5 points or 5 units. And we have a buy start 10. Same thing as you can filter out big candlesticks by using this extra number here and verifying what kind of candlestick we're looking for. Okay, let's actually pull up a chart. And when we actually look at pull up a chart up, you can implement the Magistick on any time frame. Any time frame, it depends on what kind of trader you're on, or like if you're a scalper, day trader, swing trader. There's no specific right time frame. Just know that if you're a scalper and you're done with the smaller time frames, there may be slippage and feeds and news announcements and things of the nature that can not fill the order. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. And scalping, some people like it, some people do not. So it depends on what kind of trader you are. Bigger time frames, you're going to have less problems, I believe, in the fact that there's less things that could happen. You have more time to react to a good or bad scenario. Okay, so let's actually talk about the commands here. If we have a high here and we're just broadcasting, we don't know anything about the future here, just because it breaks this high doesn't mean it has to continue upwards. As you can see, we got this information, we went ahead and put a buy start command here. Okay, and what I'm looking for in this scenario here is a close of the candle above this area. Okay, and it'll fill me in a trade. Now stop losses, that's really up to you. Again, some people like the last swing low. There's different ways of keeping money management in check and what you can risk. Okay, and as you can see, we dipped down. We didn't go to this low. We created a higher low, and we went higher. Okay, and you could take profits in that area. Another thing to look at is right here on the left-hand side here. There's a display of the command. Mean that this must be displayed in order for Magistick to actually implement this buy start command. Another thing is make sure your settings are correct. You can refer to the manual, make sure you install it correctly, and that this is clicked on. Okay, if you have invalid key, make sure you put in your key. Okay, and smiley face, and again, make sure that you have internet connection. Some people have their computers that fall asleep. There's some simple things. If Magistick doesn't pull the trade, It's not exactly Majestic's fault. What you want to look for is you want to do some testing first of this command so you understand it and how to use it. Make sure that you have consistent connection. Some people like to use VPS servers, or they like to change their settings on their computer in order to benefit a constant internet feeds from the broker. Okay, once your computer is asleep, or you close out your broker account or whatever, it's just like a vacuum cleaner. If you think about, if you don't have it plugged in and you pull the plug, then it doesn't have any electricity that goes to the actual machine. So also look at a keyboard. This is probably the better example. If you have a keyboard, if it's not plugged in, you can't type anything. But when it's typed in, we type in certain things on the keyboard. If we press the letter H, then we can expect an H to be broadcasted onto our WordPress. Okay, that's the same thing about Majestic. Is it works the exact same way. If it's not plugged in, if it's not receiving or retrieving any connection, then it's not going to work. Okay, but if it's connected, then it's going to do what Majestic's meant for. So here we have a feed where we have our settings that it's on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, if I switch the time frame, okay, it's going to give me a warning here. Warning: EA is suspended, because the setting of the Majestic is meant for the 4-hour chart. Okay. Let me give you another example of the sellstart command, and we're going to do one that's already happened, but we're going to talk about ones that's going to happen and when to use it. Okay. Here we have a sellstart scenario. Okay. And what I'm going to be looking for in doing more of a market projection is I was expecting the market to go a high and a lower high, and there was a possible reversal of this trend, which was the break and the close of this candle. This would be a sellstart command I would use. Now, if I put sellstart on the top of these candlesticks, that would not work. Okay, it would not enter me in trade. If it does, then there must have been some kind of mistake. Okay, if I put sellstart here, just because it closes beyond or below this line here, it will not work. Okay, the sellstart command is based on when the candles were above this trend line here and was breaking down below this area. Okay, and it will fill me in a trade as a sell position. Now this hasn't happened, but what I'm seeing in the market right now, this is the Swiss franc, is it's creating a certain type of pattern. You probably heard this pattern before. It's called a head and shoulder. We have a shoulder and another head and a possible another shoulder. And then, the market could either continue going upwards. Okay, we just know that this is good support just because the market came down very quickly and reversed. But this would be possibly a good sellstart command. And what I would be looking for is the market to break and close and break in the neckline of this candlestick pattern, and looking for a move downwards. So this is what's going to happen, or what could happen, is what I'm looking for is a break it and a close beyond this line. Let's look at a different pair and implementing the buystart command. The euro dollar here, okay, and again, we want to make sure that the Majestic is, you can go in the presets and make sure that the settings are whatever time frame that you are wanting to trade it on. If you leave it on this time frame and put the commands on a different time frame, Majestic may not actually put a trade in for you. Okay, so again, make sure it is on the right time frame. And right here we can see that this market has created resistance acting as support, and here we have a little bit of resistance on the top. So we're in this consolidation right now. Here we would have a buy start scenario. And another thing is, make sure you spell check, or you could have these commands already pre-written, and that you don't misspell it. Because if I leave out a S or a Y in this command, then it's not going to display the command on the left-hand side here. Once the command is displayed on the left-hand side, and I know the chart's refreshed, I have internet connection, then I can have confidence that the Majestic is going to, if the parameters are met, then it's going to help me execute the trade. Okay, here on the left-hand side, again, if it doesn't execute the trade, a couple things you want to do is, again, number one is do some testing on demo account or on the strategy tester. If it's not entering the trade, you can extract the logs from your broker folder It's in the C drive, program files, go to your broker folder, and then go to the logs. And there's a section in the website that displays the FAQ section, the frequently asked questions, to extract that information so you can pinpoint exactly what went on. If there was no internet connection, you used the wrong command, things of that nature. Okay. Now we're in the sideways market here, and what I'm looking for, if it breaks this high, is I'm looking for a close of a candle. Default setting is 5 points above this line here for a buy position. Okay, and the same thing on the bottom here. This will be a sell start command. Okay, this is what could be forecast in the future. But what already did happen, I'm going to kind of show you what this command could have done for you. Is we have a swing high and a lower high here, and we had a 1 hour trend line break. We had a break in the close of the candle, and this line right here would have been a good buy start command. Okay, looking for a candlestick to close above this area, and you have your retest, and then you have the break of the previous high, and then a continued move upwards. Okay, so the buy start command is meant specifically for more of a breakout trade methodology. Not everyone uses that methodology. Some people have different ways to approach the market. But just to give some insights on the buy start and sell start commands, if you have any more questions, refer to the manual. There is more depth in how to use it and implement it. And if you want to be more specific in what type of candle you're looking for on the breakout, or if you are, again, want to look more in depth, there's a lot of information in the manual. But this gives you more of a visualized mentality of how this trading method or trading command can be implemented in the market.